The Princess and the Pea. Once upon a time, there was a prince who desperately wanted to marry a true princess. He traveled almost every corner of the world and tried many methods, but he couldn't find such a princess. There were plenty of princesses in the countries he visited, but he always felt something was not quite right about them and couldn't be sure if they were real princesses. Disheartened, the prince returned home, yearning for a true princess. One stormy night, enveloped by thunderstorms with dark clouds gathering in the sky, thunder rumbling and lightning slashing through the night like snakes, the castle seemed immersed in a heavy quietness. Suddenly, a knocking sound at the door broke the silence. The sound, faint but firm amid the continuous thunder and wind, seemed like a light flickering in the darkness, seeking attention. The castle guards, startled awake by this unexpected knocking, exchanged glances, filled with confusion and curiosity. Who would come knocking in such a storm? "Open the door," commanded the king, awakened by the noise. At the door stood a pitiful girl, her long hair disheveled by the wind, her beautiful dress soaked and clinging to her body. Her face bore an expression of anxiety and exhaustion, and her eyes twinkled with a mix of fear of the unknown and a longing for safety. Shivering from the cold, her hair and dress dripping with rain, she looked utterly wretched. "Sorry to disturb you, but I am a real princess. Please, in light of my noble blood, let me warm up inside," the girl said. The old queen thought to herself that this girl didn't look much like a princess, but it wouldn't take long to find out if she really was. Servants led the princess through the palace's long corridors to a lavishly decorated bedroom. The fireplace's flickering flames cast a warm glow, attempting to dispel the storm outside. The velvet curtains gently swayed with the wind, and the room was adorned with exquisite furniture and gleaming gold and silver ornaments, reflecting the luxury of royalty. Under the old queen's orders, a stack of soft down mattresses was piled high on the bed frame. At first glance, this bed seemed the epitome of comfort and luxury. However, hidden at the very bottom was an insignificant pea. This inconspicuous pea was like a small test, used to verify the princess's true identity. The princess lay in bed, exhausted but unable to sleep. At first, she just felt the bed was uncomfortable and shifted positions to find the best way to relax. But as the night deepened, she began to feel an indescribable discomfort. No matter how she adjusted, a faint but bone-piercing pressure always persisted, as if something hard continually targeted her back. With the first light of dawn illuminating every corner of the palace, a new day began quietly. In the luxurious dining room, the princess sat at an elegant table, her face showing extreme fatigue. The puffiness under her eyes and the tired look on her face clearly revealed her sleepless night. Across from her, the prince and the old queen watched her with concern, waiting for her to recount her experience. "It was terrible," the princess said, embarrassed. "I don't know what was in the bed, but something hard made me ache all over. It was awful, but thank you so much for taking me in." Her voice was weak and hoarse as she described her restless night, how she was repeatedly awakened by an indescribable discomfort. She talked about the incredible pressure from beneath the mattress, as if something hard constantly reminded her of its presence. The prince and old queen listened to her story, their expressions changing from initial concern to incredulous amazement. This experience proved the princess's true identity. The old queen had intended to test the princess with the pea, but never expected her to actually feel the small discomfort. The old queen and prince exchanged glances, their eyes filled with surprise in their hearts. There was no doubt that this young woman was a true princess. Now everyone finally knew she was a real princess, for she could feel a pea under 20 mattresses and 20 down comforters. Only a true princess could have such delicate skin. Therefore, the prince married her, and people called her the princess and the